Business Standard, 7th of June 2023, China is pressuring Australia since the Tibetan president will be in Canberra. According to The Age, China has attempted to prevent the leader of Tibet's government-in-exile from attending the scheduled event at the National Press Club in Australia this month, undermining free expression in Canberra and yet another instance of the Chinese government's bullying tactics. Penpa Tsering, the head of Tibet's government-in-exile, was scheduled to speak at the National Press Club, but China allegedly prevented him from doing so. Last week in Canberra, representatives from the Chinese embassy met with the press club's CEO, Maurice Reilly, to convey their concern with Penpa Tsering's planned attendance on June 20 and to request that his invitation be revoked, according to The Age. Penpa Tsering is the second Sikyong of the Central Tibetan administration in India to have been chosen freely. The embassy claimed in a letter delivered to Reilly that China expresses significant discontent and robust resistance to Australia, disregarding China's position and concern, allowing him to utilize the NPC platform to engage in separatist actions, according to The Age. To prevent the disruption of the healthy development of China-Australia relations and media cooperation, the Chinese side implores the Australian side to recognize the true nature of the Dali clique, respect China's fundamental interests and top priorities, and take adequate measures to mitigate the adverse effects. The letter declared that people of all ethnic groups in the Xizang Autonomous Region endorse wholeheartedly the policies of China's central government and the regional government, using the Chinese Communist Party's chosen term for Tibet, Xizang. Unbiased individuals agree that Xizang's human rights situation is the finest ever. The National Press Club remarks are carried on ABC, and leading members of the Canberra Press Gallery typically attend, according to The Age. Penpa's visit, for which tickets are currently available for purchase on the Press Club website, is still scheduled to take place, according to Reilly. Reilly said that he declared the Press Club an institution for free speech, free media, and public debate to embassy representatives. The discussion was friendly, but they were adamant that Penpa Tsering's appearance at the club was against China's interests because he represented a separatist movement. They requested that the club reassess the invitation, according to Reilly. I informed them that the National Press Club's board judges who speak at our forum are unaffected by governmental bodies or other interested parties. I also addressed that speakers are free to express their opinions and that our media members can dispute those opinions as they see fit. In August 2017, Penpa's predecessor, Lobsang Songhai, appeared at the press club. The Dalai Lama decided to give power over to a democratically elected leader in 2011, which led to the creation of the position of Sikyong, or President, of Tibet's government-in-exile, according to The Age. The government-in-exile, also known as the Central Tibetan Administration, is headquartered in Dharamshala, India, and consists of the judicial, legislative, and executive departments. Beijing vehemently opposes any interaction with the group, which no nation, not even Australia, recognizes as a sovereign government. Former member of the Tibetan Parliament in exile and Tibetan human rights advocate Kyunsim Dongdu said, "This is yet another instance of the Chinese government's bullying and its attempts to undermine Australian institutions and silence its critics," according to The Age. There is no place for Chinese censorship and propaganda in Australia, especially at the National Press Club, a champion of media freedom and free speech. When speaking at the press club the previous year, Chinese Ambassador Xiao Qian observed, "It is only fitting that the leader of the Tibetan people has the same opportunity." Tibetans are all too aware of how repressive China is domestically and abroad. In March, Penpa warned the U.S. Congress that, absent intense pressure, Tibet would definitely die a slow death under Chinese rule. The following statement was made by 3 UN experts last year: "We are alarmed by what appears to be a policy of forced assimilation of the Tibetan identity into the dominant Han Chinese majority, through a series of oppressive actions against Tibetan educational, religious, and linguistic institutions." The special rapporteurs discovered that about 1 million Tibetan minority children were receiving a compulsory education curriculum in Mandarin Chinese without having access to traditional or culturally appropriate instruction.